This video is a town hall vote for all of America. The number of times it's viewed has taken as votes opposing Obama and the current democratic policies and mismanagement of our country by responsible citizens. Following are the issues considered. If you too oppose their policies as not competent management, view this YouTube post as many times as you are passionate about it. No shouting, just counting. Cheers. Democrats want a universal health care system that will cost at least $2 trillion a year. That's 70% of the GNP. And that cost spread over less than 100 million wage earners, noted by the IRS, who make enough to contribute at least $300 a month each. $2 trillion divided by 100 million is $20,000 per year for the average by each wage earner, or $1,667 a month. That's $3,333 per two wage earner families per month. Even making the median wage earner contribution graduated so that no more than $350 per month from the median wage earner still leaves those making over $150,000 to pay 30% of their gross income to get that $2 trillion. As those are the ones supporting politicians by their contributions to re-election, do you think that'll happen? Not the least considered is the examples of overseas health care, universal operation by their panels. And we haven't counted the increase in health care expenses generated by free health care, as Hawaii demonstrated. $2.6 trillion is estimated to be the actual cost the first year. Democrats don't want to consider repealing NAFTA and CAFTA to return those jobs we lost to offshore workers, which is the underlying problem of most of the problems we have now. Job substitution is not free trade. Jobs create buyers. Buyers create sales. Sales create production. And production creates jobs. Take away jobs and our economy flounders. You think these people think jobs grow on stimulus trees? Democrats wanted to give us lots of money to incompetent financial institutions that wouldn't affect 95% of Americans and spend billions on non-growth jobs and borrow it all from our pocketbooks. $9 trillion so far in non-stimulus stimulus, that if Obama and the Democrats meant what they said, that 50% will be paid back in 4 years, that's like a 4-year lease on a $9 trillion car. At only 3% interest, the less than 100 million wage earners will owe $1.4 trillion a year in lease payments, our average of $14,000 a year in taxes, or $1,167 a month. And that's added to the present taxes, health care supplements, and this stimulus lease payback. Democrats prefer to stop developing short-term increases in crude oil supplies in our control, while we convert to nuclear power electrical energy to handle private transportation as well as increases in industry and homes. You don't get something for nothing, and if you take nothing to the negotiating table, you're going to lose. There is no planning for competition against $4 a gallon gasoline. In fact, the cap and trade legislation has already laid the groundwork for considerable added taxes on energy companies that will pass them plus a profit on to us. And have you compared your carbon footprint with the average in the U.S. or worldwide? On the internet. You should do that to see what you risk if your overage above average is taxed at $10 per BTU. That's British thermal unit. Democrats want as many illegal aliens, illegal immigrants as possible, under the expectation that catering to them will get them the votes they need to continue being loaders catering to moochers. Remember, Congress doesn't have to live by our rules. They have their own, much more beneficial than ours. And the multi-billion-dollar fence is more government mismanagement. Remember, if you don't believe these policies are good for this country, watch this post more times. Each view is a vote against this administration's poor management policies that responsible people know are destructive. Cheers. And Godspeed.